Hello YouTube friends, it's Megan here. Today I'm making a superhero inspired nutcracker. What you need, let's go over the supply list. You're going to need some wood filler because we're going to fill in the chest on the nutcracker. You're going to need some Mod Podge, black paint, white paint. I just use acrylic. I like apple barrel black. And a nutcracker. These are valued a bit over maybe $4.50 Canadian. You can find them at Michael's. I also got some off Amazon. Hot glue. Got my hot glue sticks and a hot glue gun. Some black felt. We're going to make a cape with black felt. And a doll head. I am using these Art Minds 1.25-inch doll heads. And why would you need a doll head when the nutcracker already comes with a head? Because we're going to do this to the nutcracker. Now the nutcracker has lost his head. The nutcracker has lost his nutcracker head, and we are going to give him a round doll head. This is just to give it all whimsy, right? There's lots of nutcrackers in the world. We're doing something new to have a new creative, whimsical craft. You could attach the doll head with wood glue. However, we would have to wait overnight for that to be ready to go. So we're going to use hot glue. Got my hot glue gun here. And you will also need some scissors. So let's get ourselves a hot glue stick. In the oven, I have a Mastercraft here on high heat. I've got two settings on this one, low or high. I'm not so sure it really matters at all. High just kind of heats up faster, I think. I always give the first squirt of hot glue somewhere else before I put it on my project. While we're waiting for the glue to heat up, let's cut out the cape. Now we're going to have a cape just on the back of the nutcracker. I'm going to cut it out in a bit of a triangle with a rounded edge. Not giving it too much. I'm not stressing about it, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're going to stress about anything, don't stress about crafts. It's supposed to be fun, you know. So my cape, I'm just cutting it, eyeballing it with the scissors down about the knee, below the knee, touch below the knee. Some people might have used paper to work this out, and then you could draw on paper and make a pattern, but I don't see it. I'll just fit it on like this, because that's the way I roll. I want to use this straight line there, that's quite nice. I'm going to use that straight line, put another straight line here. So this is where the neck of the superhero is. And then at the bottom, I'm going to give it a rounded edge. That will be the cape. I'm not going to put the cape on until I paint the rest of the doll first. Okay, my hot glue is ready. So, put the cape aside. Let's glue this head on. And I kind of look at it from all angles to make sure it's centered the best I can get. And that's pretty good. So there we have the nutcracker with a round head. Next step is to fill in this space in the chest. And it's going to take about 3 applications of wood glue. So this is where we're going to be waiting for this to dry. However, so we're not waiting here. I'm going to take a doll that I have done this to already, and we'll use that to finish the craft. You know, one of those tricky DIY things that we do. Well, I'll show you here how I do it. I just fill in the crack here, this empty cavity, I should call it. I fill in the cavity as best I can, kind of smush it in there. Let it dry, add some more, let it dry, add some more, until we have it all filled. Sandpaper here. This is P80 3M Pro Grade sandpaper. I should have put that in my list. Missed something. I always seem to miss something in supply lists. We're just going to sand down this chest area here. So instead of it having that cavity where a functional nutcracker would crack nuts, we now have it filled in. This superhero does have a belt, so I'm going to try here to define the belt. I put too much wood filler in there. There. I am pleased with this. It's up to you how much work you want to put into the sanding step. I'm not going to paint this. There's actually a reason the Mod Podge is used to glue on a graphic here. You could paint it, but I find this is so rough that I don't believe I'll ever have a very nice looking graphic there, you know, unless I spend lots and lots of time on the wood filler and the sanding and more wood filler and more sanding. I'm going to skip all that time and just use Mod Podge and a piece of paper to put on the graphic. We're not actually going to use a logo because those are trademarked. A few more things are being added to the materials list. Yellow paint, black Sharpie, and paintbrush. Now we're going to use yellow paint to put in the belt. That's not too much here. We're just going to make sure the belt is yellow. These arms are glued in place. I didn't glue them in place. The king glued in place. Now the Sharpie is used to draw in the face. We have the mask that the superhero is wearing, and it goes straight across and then straight down on both sides. And we're going to give this superhero a bit of a smile, a little mouth, and a bit of a chin. There's his mouth and his chin. And his eyes. Our eyes are going to go upwards. And then kind of have they're half moon. And I just do my best. I find the center and do my best to have the exact same angle up. And half moon. I want to keep the wood grain, so I'm doing my best to not make a mistake. And give him little eyeballs. And now I'm going to finish the rest in black paint. Before I move on to black paint, the belt gets some little lines there. Reinforce the belt. I'm not going to worry too much about the back because the cape will be there. the painting now of my Nutcracker. Now I just have 3 more steps left to do. I'm going to use the Mod Podge to put on a graphic. I'm not using the logo because the logo is a trademark. So graphic and the words peace and joy on the base. And then I will varnish the entire Nutcracker and glue on. Final steps, glue on the cape and a candy cane. So let's start with the Mod Podge. I'm just going to put some right here in the center of the chest area. Get it centered kind of as best as I can. Now I'm going to let this dry, and then we will put on a coat of varnish, and then we will put on the cape and a little candy cane.